Hello everyone, my name is Chance Button and welcome back to the StarCraft II Heart of the Swarm campaign. In the last episode, we took over the planet of Char from General Warfield, unfortunately killing General Warfield in the process, but at least saving some of his wounded men. And in this episode, we are going to go to Skyger Station, where we have been contacted by some mysterious person telling us that the hybrids are our biggest problem and that we need to deal with them. And so we will go find out who that is, and in the process unlock the Infestor and the Ultralisk, which will be awesome. So our Leviathan will move out. And then after that, we can deal with this new threat that popped up, which is that Minsk supposedly says that James Raynor is still alive. And so we need to find Raynor and save him if possible, assuming that Minsk is telling the truth. And we'll need help from the Hyperion to do that. But first, Skyger Station, because that gives us rewards that will benefit the Swarm. Then we'll worry about Raynor.
My queen, the infested Terran who contacted you waits over there. He claims to know you.
Who are you?
You do not recognize me? I am Alexis Stokov. We were enemies once.
Well, we both seem to be Zerg now.
Indeed, and we share a common goal, the destruction of this facility. It is here that Minsk breeds the hybrid, combining Protoss and Zerg DNA to create monstrous creatures of immense power.
Then we'll destroy this facility together.
Alexei Stukov was a character from the original StarCraft campaign.
This isn't just about getting rid of the hybrid threat, is it? Why are you helping me?
They held me here for many years. I survived experiments, torture, and worse. Now I will see it burn. You were the only one I could think of with the power and will to aid me.
Infested. Held captive. Experimented on and hunted. We have some things in common.
Indeed.
Contact the brood mothers. Tell them to bring their Leviathans to this system.
Should they unleash their broods upon the station?
No. Zagara and I will lead our broods in the assault.
So the other broods will simply hold in orbit.
I want them nearby. After we destroy this station, we're going after Jim.
I can't remember the original campaign very well. I think I've mentioned that before. I think Stukov was a ghost, or at least he appeared as a ghost unit. But I can't be certain about that. Don't quote me on that.
This is the source of Minsk's hybrid? Just getting inside is going to be an achievement.
The infested Terran. I have never seen his like. He is powerful, but closed off. Where is he from?
Stukov is from Earth. A few years ago, they sent an invading force here. I remember it. I destroyed them.
As it should be.
I thought Stukov was killed. I heard reports that he'd been resurrected, that he'd been infested, then cured. If he's been a prisoner here all these years, anything is possible.
Yeah, and we all thought he was dead too. In fact, there was a whole funeral cutscene for him. Apparently a little premature. Possibly. Depending on your definitions. Alright, well, let's move into the mission.
The main entrance of the Skyger platform is heavily defended. We must dislodge this Dominion force before we can assault the lab itself.
Okay, and we will do that with the Infestor unit, which is awesome. And it will give us +3 levels, which, as I recall, that is enough for us to be able to get a new set of abilities on Kerrigan. Use your Infestors to take control of powerful enemy units, Thors, battlecruisers, and other Terran heavy ordnance. Make ideal targets. Yes, so the Infestors have a couple of abilities. One is Neural Parasite, which means that they can take over other enemy units. In the multiplayer, it's only one unit at a time and temporary. I think that in this campaign, it's going to be permanent. I'm not sure, though. And the other thing that they can do is spawn infested Terrans to shoot at people. And maybe fungal growth.
This lift is the only entrance into the laboratories. It is also the second most heavily defended location in Dominion space.
So they've got a lot of Marines. We'll use those numbers against them. Bring in my infestors. We're going to implant virophages at these garrisons. Once they've infested the Terrans inside, I'll use them to secure the landing bay. We'll clear it before the Dominion can even react.
So fungal growth is an ability... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we do have that. That immobilizes a group of people and does some damage.
Use fungal growth on those Marines. They won't escape its grasp.
Can't move.
Move to that garrison, quickly.
It's devastating in multiplayer, and the key to many Zerg armies. Alright, so now something that they cannot do in multiplayer, but which they will do here, is build this virophage, which we've seen before in the first campaign, only we were trying to destroy them, not build
The
them.
infestors can now move on. The virophage will infest the surrounding buildings.
And produce
I want control of that Banshee.
and it will produce infested Terrans. Now we can neural parasite the Banshee, and apparently just take it over permanently, which is great. So then we'll move forward and we'll start neural parasiting some other things as well. Let's neural parasite some Marines and a Marauder.
An infestor is out of energy. Infestors can consume Zerg units, including the infested Terrans, to regain energy.
Oh, excellent. I'm not sure if fungal growth will work on a bunker, but we can cloak and try and take that bunker down with the cloaked Banshee. And our infestors are building a virophage down here to increase the number of infested coming by. And we will try and take this Firebat and add him to our army. So we'll have an air force and a ground force of infested units. And we will push forward and keep trying to build up our infested Terran force as much as possible. Let's get the infestors up and get that medic. Get the medic. And get some Marines.
Parasitic domination on the Dominion's heavy ordnance. Turn their weapons against them.
Retreat the medic. Retreat the medic. Because we want that medic desperately for our forces.
Kill every last one of these Dominion bastards.
Okay, will do. In fact, let's just charge forward and try and get this done faster rather than slower. I think we can move our infestors up to get a new virophage planted. And in the meanwhile, let's keep spreading the creep. I realized I'm doing this very slowly for the sake of the video. Probably want to do this a lot faster. As a general rule, I tend to do these sorts of things really slowly, but I should try and do it faster.
The infestors have implanted all 3 virophages on this section of the platform.
It's time for the infested to do their part.
I think the infested are already doing their part. They're destroying everything. Well, we just keep spreading the creep tumors.
The Zerg are infesting the facility. Release the gas.
Oh, that does not sound good.
My queen, the gas is destroying the infested Terrans.
We can always infest more. They're only killing themselves.
Chemical warfare. Efficient delivery mechanism. Gas unstable. Once Dominion reserves run out, we'll require time to synthesize more.
And that's when we resume our attack. Until then, we'll hold here and defend the virophages.
Sounds like a plan. Do we get a timer telling us? Yeah, so we have 3 minutes during which we have to defend the virophages, and then we can resume our attack. And it'll be a short while before the Dominion start attacking us again with the gas. So we'll just build up slowly but surely before resuming our attack. The first and most important thing is to get our economy up and running. So build lots of drones and get both our extractors mining at full efficiency. And we'll have our army at the ready to do some significant damage. So we have our Zerg army, or we have our total army on 1, our Terrans on 2, which is probably unnecessary, and our Infestors on 3. Can we push some creep tumors out? Well, we can at least get the creep tumors to cover our base.
It's the only mercy we can afford them.
We can at least get the creep tumors
Kill them before they destroy the virophage.
all across our base. But we can't really push them forward very much. Ah,
What is it this time?
here comes some enemies. Run for them. Get them before they can get the virophage. That Banshee's gonna get there pretty quick. Ooh, let's get the Infestors, and let's see if we can take a couple of these medevacs. Yeah, that's nice. A couple of medevacs. Very helpful. Did it change the voice of the medevac when we infested it?
Your command.
Awaiting directive.
Yeah. They
It is time.
They applied some extra filters to the voices to infested units to make it clear that they were in fact infested. That's nice. Let's move this creep tumor up a little bit. And let's build some more
The
drones.
Dominion's gas supply has run out. They will need time to recharge.
Perfect.
Attack alongside the infested. Kill anyone in our way. Speak.
Alright, we have some defenses building against the furthest out thing.
There are more garrisons nearby. Infest them, and our swarm will grow.
Against the furthest out. We have more defenses building at the furthest out virophage to help defend it. We want to look for a tank because it would be really nice to get a tank under our control. There we go. And now let's try and grab that tank before any Dominion forces can destroy it. That will be lovely. Alright, move the creep tumors forward. And start building the new... Oh, they're way ahead of me. They're already building the new virophage. That is excellent. And we get a new creep tumor with every virophage.
Infestation successful. This garrison is now under the swarm's control.
Special 2-for-1 deal. We need some more overlords. Next priority.
The swarm conquers all.
And then we can build another virophage over here. We can just get all the virophages up really
The swarm
quickly.
has met the enemy.
That is wonderful. And the gas will be recharged in 2 minutes. So we will just focus entirely.
The Dominion uses these facilities to conduct research on live Zerg.
So we can just...
You place a creep tumor here, you can infest them and steal biomass held within.
Defend this facility, men. We are the sword of the Dominion.
The garrison has been infested, my queen.
Adapt.
All of our infestors have died. And I'm not sure that I want to bother replacing them right now. They were kind of cool while they lasted, but they do tend to run off and require a lot of micromanagement. So we may just wish to leave them for right now and just build more of other units like some Hydralisks and Aberrations and things. The Aberrations were really useful to be tanky frontline units.
We adapt.
Now, we need a creep tumor by that facility. This creep tumor will do. It's not quite close enough yet, but we can work our way and keep expanding the creep. The creep allows us to move around quite quickly, so it's very useful. Let's get a couple of drones to build some more hatcheries to increase our production, particularly a hatchery over at those resources to gather it. And let's send a couple of drones up to grab the extractors up there so that we can have the gas coming in. And as always, keep the creep tumors moving.
Your creep is infesting the first facility now.
Gas reserves are about to run out.
The Dominion has begun venting gas. The infested will die.
Expect an attack. Guard our virophages.
Let's build a bunch of Zerglings because they're faster than everything else. And so the Zerglings can help us quickly respond to stuff. And we will hotkey all our newest production buildings and build a bunch of drones.
Make it like it never even happened.
Okay, where are they coming to attack? Let's build some more creep tumors, or spine crawlers at some of the virophages, and kind of keep our army about in the middle of all the virophages so that we can readily respond to any that the Dominion decide to attack. And we're just looking for them. Ah, here, they're coming to this middle one, where we just started to build some defenses. So let's rush our army up there as quickly as possible and try and destroy the drop ships sooner rather than later. There we go. Because then we kill the enemies inside. And there's another strike force coming up to our new hatchery, so we need to make sure that we get some units up there to defend it. We have need of upgrades, so let's start upgrading. I'm not sure if Infested get upgraded as well as our main force. I mean, I suppose it's something we can test, so we'll do that. Let's build some more spine crawlers at the top of this ramp. And we'll build some spore crawlers to go with them. And that will help try and prevent the Dominion from doing what they're doing now, which is pushing up this ramp. And I think that it might be worthwhile to build some of the, what were they? I think we need, oh, we have an infestation pit. So I think we should build some of these swarm hosts and send them up to this ramp here to help guard it. Did our spine crawlers dealt with the forces attacking this virophage? That was very useful of them. Brilliant. All right, keep the creep moving. Keep the creep moving. Now, I think if we spawn creep tumors on the cliff, they will be reasonably safe from the Dominion attacking them and destroying them immediately. But at the same time, they will spread creep on the low ground, getting us closer to this facility.
Speak.
All right, 30 seconds of gas remaining. Let's build some more. Let's build some aberrations. Oh, we need more overlords first. So let's just queue up a ton of those. We have a lot of drones up at this upper base. Do we have a full complement down here? Not quite, so we'll send some more drones down south. And then we will need to build some additional defenses. We'll take them from up here. So let's build this virophage is undefended.
The Terrans have run out of gas.
Great. So now let's continue pushing forward, and let's make sure that the swarm hosts here are burrowed at the top of this ramp. And they should be able to defend that ramp in combination with these spine crawlers. Just a few of those guys were remarkably effective
I
in there.
sense more garrisons across the platform.
In the mission we used them on. Now there's a nuke coming down here, so we want to run away from the nuke for right now.
We are without limit.
And just keep pushing elsewhere in the meantime, using our more powerful army to pave the way for the infested.
No time like the present.
And when that nuke gets out of the way, then we can move up.
The base. Don't give them an inch.
And keep moving the creep tumors closer to the other research facilities. Now, what is up here?
We adapt.
Another virophage area?
Attack.
Oh, we need infestors to capture the new areas. Okay, so build some more infestors, build a lot more aberrations. Really heavy on the minerals, those aberrations. And then let's produce some other things. What's heavier in gas? I mean, mutalisks would be heavier in gas. We could maybe build some more mutalisks. Do we have infestors yet?
No time like the present.
Our entire invasion is pretty much being held up by the fact that we don't have infestors with our army at the moment. Infestors in place. Alright, and infestor made it. So now we can keep moving our army along and supporting. There's another science facility.
Another garrison falls to our infestation. Listen.
There's another science facility down the lower left. Oh, let's look at the infestors. Where are the infested?
You're doing well. The Dominion is losing control of the platform.
The infested do not appear to be affected by any kind of upgrades.
Make your peace.
So we do not have to be concerned about that in choosing our upgrades. So we'll just keep maxing out weapons for our army and go from there.
Forces are under attack.
Now let's see if we can get to this science facility.
Gas is venting onto the platform. Prepare to defend our virophages.
Before the gas does that.
There, we've infested this garrison.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's make it like it never even happened.
Boldly.
Our infestation spreads to a nearby garrison.
Continues.
Alright, where are they attacking now? Oh, I see some people moving out.
Swarm.
Across the map. Can we intercept? Can we
The
intercept?
swarm conquers
Maybe
all.
we could have. Oh, yes, we can.
Get that bridge extended and wipe out that hive. I want these Zerg off my platform.
Okay, what bridge are they talking about? Oh, there's a bridge right here.
Yes.
Okay, so that's opened up a new access route to our base so that the Dominion marchers can more easily march right in. Oh, how'd they get back there?
World is mine.
But it isn't an issue because we just have so much of an army and everything. We can move around the place pretty easily. Our massive amount of creep just everywhere is really giving us an advantage because we can see everything and react to everything.
There. All 3 facilities are infested. The biomass within is yours.
Let's just build.
All right, let's clear it out, boys.
Let's just build some more static defenses around the place, because then we can use it to help stall. Oh, Dominion forces coming up and decimating us.
Minsk will suffer.
Oh, that virophage is about to go down.
Boldly.
The Dominion destroyed one of our virophages.
The garrisons are still there. An infestor can replant the virophage.
Yeah, so it's not a total loss.
I am the
In
swarm.
fact, that was really pointless of them because our army was right there. So just as soon as they destroyed a virophage,
Infestation has spread to another garrison.
actually the infestation is spread to the same garrison.
Mutation.
But yeah, just as soon as they destroyed that virophage, we rebuilt it. So not an issue. Now we only have one spine crawler up there. Let's build some more spine crawlers. And we should also just be building a lot more units. Let's build some aberrations. Let's build some hydralisks. Let's build some
The
roaches.
Terrans
Let's
have
build some
run out of
zerglings.
gas.
Just a massive force of everything kind of
We
mixed
are
together.
without limit.
And we'll wait a second
Our
before
conquest
pushing so the
continues.
infested Terrans can push forward a little bit. And just make sure that all of our creep tumors are spreading properly. And that we're planting as many as we can be. Have we planted as many as we can? I think so. Alright. Now let's push forward and just do a load of damage. And keep spreading that creep. We need some air units. Ah, we've got some drop ships coming up. This one's carrying an aberration. I don't like that. Can we get that siege tank under our control with an infestor? Is that too far away? No, it's not. Perfect.
Keep going. The entrance is within our grasp.
And get that Thor, get that Thor. Oh, that Thor went down.
Minsk will suffer.
Alright, we did not get that Thor, but we got the siege tank, so not only did it stop attacking us, but it started attacking the enemy, which was really useful. And now we can just keep moving the creep forward. This would be another map where malignant creep tumors would be very useful. Oh, some battle cruisers. Those would be useful. Those would definitely be useful. Let's take some of those.
Don't let the Zerg get inside. Kill them all.
And so now we took both battle cruisers. And can we take that science vessel to help repair this battle cruiser? Yes, we can. So maybe this battle cruiser will survive more than 5 seconds. Anywhere else to plant the virophages? I don't think so.
Is mine.
I don't think so. Let's build a whole bunch of zerglings just to swarm the place with zerglings. And we'll just keep destroying everything.
This world
Alright, I
is
think we can
mine.
actually just focus down the lab entrance now.
I am the swarm. 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 I am the swarm.
if we push with all our troops.
Gas is venting
Oh,
onto
take out
the
that
platform.
air.
Prepare to
Oh,
defend our virophages.
oh no, we don't need to prepare to defend anything. We've taken out their lab entrance. Perfect. Now destroy everything else before the level ends.
My queen, the swarm is ready to enter the laboratory at your command.
Good. It's time we found out what's waiting inside.
And that's where everything falls apart, because there are hybrids waiting inside. Oh gosh, that's going to be awful. Oh, we've dealt with the hybrids a couple of times before, as the Terrans and as the Protoss, never yet as the Zerg. But we're going to have to. So the hybrids we saw in the original campaign are a cross between Protoss and Zerg. They are extremely powerful, and they're servants of the Xel'Naga.
I have been contacted by another brood mother. Ryloth has been keeping her large brood out of the conflict. She is impressed with you and wishes to bring her brood back into the swarm.
Broodmother Ryloth, hear me. Take your brood to Jontor 2. This is where the Dominion manufactures their newest ships. Destroy that world for the swarm.
It shall be done, my queen.
You have unselected abilities, my queen. You can review them within your chamber.
This is getting really bad for the Dominion. Alright, let's start by looking at Kerrigan's new abilities.
The powerful essence of the primal pack leaders has awakened a new column and many abilities.
Yes, we know.
As new tiers of abilities continue to awaken, you will gain abilities in this third column as well.
So enemies damaged by Kerrigan become infested and spawn broodlings. That might work well with chain reaction. Psionic Shift hasn't really been all that useful. So if we get chain reaction to attack multiple things at once, and we get infest broodlings, then maybe we can get a bunch of broodlings to help us out. The other possibility is having abilities cooldown and energy cost reduced. That could be useful because that would mean that we could use Kinetic Blast, which is just awesome, more often. Well, actually, do any of her abilities have a cooldown? I'm not sure which abilities have a cooldown. I mean, most of them seem not to have any kind of cooldown. Oh, Spawn Banelings has a 30-second cooldown. And stuff like Wild Mutation. Kinetic Blast, though, doesn't. But if we decreased its energy by 20%, it would cost 40, so we could use, maybe more easily use like 3 in rapid succession. Perhaps. But for right now, we'll stick with Infest Broodlings, I guess, and maybe that will be more helpful. I don't know. Stukov, what do you got to say about all this?
Skyger Station, the Dominion's secret weapons lab. This is the heart of Mengsk's hybrid breeding program.
Tell me about the hybrid.
Zerg and Protoss DNA combined. Something that should not be possible.
And these creatures will follow Mengsk's orders?
He believes they will. I am not so sure.
No, I don't think so either. But note that that's what Abathur wanted to do. He wanted to experiment on the Protoss to see if he could find a way to make their DNA work with Zerg. Apparently, it is possible.
This place is very far out of the way, but it's guarded as if it were Korhal itself.
The Terrans must greatly prize that which lies within.
But technology at this scale, this is beyond Mengsk's engineers.
Perhaps they have help from something greater than themselves.
If there are any answers, they are inside.
Help from something greater, or they've just stumbled on something, like samples of hybrids made by something greater, like the Dark One.
This place of metal and stone. Why?
You're not impressed? The Primal Zerg couldn't build something like this.
I do not need a wall. I will evolve armor. I do not need a weapon. I will evolve claws.
The toolmakers might create something stronger than your armor and claws.
Their tools stay the same. I collect. I change.
Their tools do not stay the same. They are constantly upgrading their tools and getting better.
Vanguard of your swarm holds the entrance of the lab. The hybrid wait within. Let's send them to hell.
Hopefully, let's send them to hell. Otherwise, we will be the ones going to hell. Oh well. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and in the next mission, we shall destroy the hybrid lab or die trying. I'll see you next time.
Oh look, by repeatedly spam clicking everything, I get monkeys.
I'm pretty sure that there's a monster back there.
Oh, he's right there! Oh, God, I ran the wrong way! I ran the wrong way! Oh. That could have saved me. Oh. 100 times right now.